Hello again, Matt here from ZenSnowboarding.com. Thanks for making it to the third lesson. In this lesson, I'm going to talk about something that, as snowboarders, we deal with pretty much on a daily basis, and that is fear. Now, if you're not dealing with fear, you probably shouldn't be going through this course because you're not pushing yourself. And any elite level rider or even intense weekend warrior is consistently pushing himself, whether it's doing the same trick on a bigger feature or learning a new trick. And as I've said before, the level of snowboarding is so ridiculously high that you're going to be handling fear over and over and over again. So it's something that you need to learn how to not only manage, but master. And if you could not only manage the fear that you have, but turn it and make it into something positive, then that can be really a powerful tool for you to use on a daily basis. And I'm going to share that with you right now. So, you know that feeling when you are about to try a new trick and you start to get all these butterflies and you don't know if you're going to do it, you don't know if you're going to fall on your head or you're going to eat it or what could happen. You're basically terrified of injuring yourself. The very first thing that you're going to do when you're stepping up your progression or you begin to feel the fear is to, in that very moment, just from the last lesson that I told you before, when you start to hear that negative self-talk, like what if I go to the hospital, what if I don't land it, that's where you're going to instantly stop and ask yourself, so what do I want? So you change it from, what if I land on the rail here and I go head over heels and land on my head. You stop and say, I want to land this trick, and then put that into your mind. So as these negative thoughts arise, what I want you to do is instantly stop and ask yourself, what do I want? And they're going to happen consistently, and that's okay. That's only natural. So what you need to do is each and every time, stop it instantly, ask yourself, so what do you want? And then focus on the positive. So you want to land the trick. You want to feel confident. You want to get in the zone. You want to be able to perform your best. So keep your focus over there. The next thing you're going to do is you can prepare to be afraid. So if you're in a contest the next day, or you have a photo shoot coming up and you're doing a trip and you're going to be hitting all these handrails over the city, the night before, visualize yourself at these rails, at these places, at these contests. Put yourself in that place and feel all the feelings of fear, but see yourself doing what you want, being very confident, landing all those tricks that you want to land, and being as confident as possible, because if your mind has already seen it before you've been there, it's going to be a little less daunting. You're not going to be as afraid. So as you begin to feel this fear, the first thing is to begin to think about what you want. That is the positive, or that's the thing that you want to do. Then you want to keep telling yourself positive statements. And now you want to build on the evidence of why you can land this trick. Build up your self-esteem, build up your confidence. So if you're trying to do a frontside board slide, but this time it's on a street rail and it's bigger than you've ever done it, think about every frontside board slide that you've ever landed and see yourself doing it perfectly and build up your confidence. Tell yourself what you need. I've landed thousands of frontside board slides. I can definitely do this rail. Frontside board slides are easy. Whatever it is that you need to tell yourself to build that confidence. Now, as you build up your confidence and you can think about all the reasons that you can land it, you can think that you only need to do it once, that you do have the ability, that if somebody else can do it, why can't I do it? So as you're building up this confidence, this is how you're going to kind of change and take this fear and transmute it and transform it into confidence. And all you're going to do is set the intention to do that. I know it's simple. It is a pretty big secret, but it's very, very powerful. It seems silly, but it's extremely powerful because, again, our subconscious and unconscious mind, it responds to suggestions. So what you're doing is you're suggesting and you're giving your unconscious mind a direction. You're giving it a task to perform. And what you're going to say is, I choose or I've decided to take this fear and turn it into confidence. So all of that fear, you can harness it. You can say, I've decided to take all of this fear and harness it, and so it's going to make me perform my best. Every time I'm afraid, I perform my best. Every time I feel that fear, I can transmute it and transform it into unshakable confidence. And then try to really feel deep confidence. Maybe you can remember a time. So go back and have a memory ready where you were extremely confident. Maybe it was a day on your snowboard where you were landing tricks over and over and over again and you were extremely confident. Maybe it was a time when you landed the trick you're about to try and you could feel that confidence. So you're going to take that and you're going to bring all of that energy and you're going to decide mentally and set the intention to take that fear and anxiety and you're going to transform it into confidence. Every bit of anxiety and fear that I feel, I choose to transform that and use that energy and turn it into confidence and knowing that I can land this trick. So it's an extremely simple tool, but it's a massive, massive difference. There's a famous quote by Henry Ford that says, whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you're right. And this is the essence of the tip that I've just shared with you. Wherever your mindset is, wherever your focus is everything. So if you're looking for gold in a river and you're focused right here on this one certain spot, but just a couple feet to your right, there's mountains of gold, but you can't see it because you're focused on this one spot where you're supposed to be, you're never going to see that piece. And it's the same thing with your mind, the same thing with your unconscious, where if you're learning a trick and you want to land a trick and you begin to feel all that fear and then you begin to see all of the things that go wrong, that's a big mistake that most riders make, is they keep visualizing and playing out all these scenarios of the things that can go wrong, and they're building and building and building, again, these neural pathways and these synapses in your mind, and it's firing, and they're creating all these things, and you're building your anxiety this way. When you can simply, when you feel it and you start to get scared, nip it in the butt, instantly stop that, and focus on what you want and decide to bring that fear into confidence and focus your new light, your new perspective on what you want. And then give yourself that positive intention again, that positive internal dialogue, and decide that you're going to take that fear and you're going to build up your confidence and you're going to land this trick. Okay, I'm back. Had some technical difficulties. I was in the middle of a rant and my memory card filled up, as happens when I'm talking sometimes. So, okay. So basically, another big error that happens when people are snowboarding is when you fall. So even though you're doing all these things, there's a great chance that you still could fall. But how you're going to manage your failure is a huge key to your success and managing fear in the future. So when you fall, don't replay it over and over in your mind. Replay and imagine that you did it successfully and keep a positive perspective and see how you wanted to do it rather than replaying the fall over and over in your mind, which is going to make it more frightening for you to do it in the future. So it's very, very important how you manage your falls, what you do after, what mental processes you go through after falling. So after you fall, what I want you to do is simply forget about it. And then imagine that you did the trick absolutely perfectly as you imagine in your mind. And when you do this, again, you're going to be building these neural pathways towards success, towards what you want, and you're going to be diminishing all of the focus towards the negative and to the failure. And in the future, when you fall on a different trick or learning something else, you're going to be able to manage your fear better again, because when you think about the falls and the injuries, that's going to build up your anxiety. It's going to build up your fear. So the less time you spend over there, the less power it's going to have. So you're going to keep your focus, keep your perspective towards the positive, the very powerful state of mind, the very confident state of mind, and it's going to diminish your fear more and more and more and allow you to continue to progress safely in the most confident manner. So thank you so much for tuning into this lesson on how to take your fear and turn it into confidence, how to manage your fear and have a better perspective around it and become a more confident rider all around. I hope that the lesson was helpful for you and that you could take some of these tools and start implementing them right away. And I will see you in the next lesson where I'm going to go into more detail on how you can get in the zone on command. So you can go through a process that's going to allow you to get into an extremely powerful state of mind. The state of mind when you're riding and everything comes effortless and easy and you're riding your best. So I'm going to give you a tool and a tactic that you can use to put yourself in that state of mind just like that. It's extremely simple and extremely powerful. So I'll see you in the next lesson.